All right, the next menu item option here says window. This is typically what you'll find in most applications running on your Mac OS system. You'll have the option for window. And there are some extra features here that are unique to Ecamm Live, and you should know how to use this. So the first one says move windows to the left side of screen, move windows to the right side of screen, replace that window. These are different options that you can play with. I'd never use them for the most part, to be honest with you. However, if you want to play with that, go ahead. Enter full screen allows you to move your main program, or excuse me, your preview window into a full screen mode. I would not do that option here because that just kind of takes everything over. And anyway, so the rest of these now are typical Mac OS functions for the Windows. Now, what I really want you to look at and pay attention to are all of these ones, bring all to front, and everything below that. These are the important ones for you to look at, especially if you've accidentally closed all of these different panels inside of Ecamm and you may not know which ones to click on here. So what you can do by default is just go to Window and then say Show All Utility Windows, and then everything shows up. Now, if you've jumbled everything up and it's moved around and you're just not satisfied with the placement of these, you can also just click on Window and arrange all windows, and it moves back to the default original format of when you installed Ecamm Live the first time. Now, if you also have closed some of the windows and you don't want to reopen all of them, what you could do is just go over to Window and then select the specific window by name that you have accidentally closed. So you may have noticed that I just closed the interview mode window. So if I click on interview here, that will make this window reappear. And so that option is always here for you. Now, there is one window that does not appear by default, and you actually have to click on Window menu item and click on bandwidth statistics. Now, when you click on this link here, what this is actually showing you is a timeline of the amount of bandwidth, the upstream bandwidth of on your internet connection that Ecamm is needing and using while you're doing your live streams. This is a really, really important piece for you to look at when you're doing your live streams, because you'll notice that if you are using a Wi-Fi connection, sometimes your connection starts to slow down or drop out because Wi-Fi is not as reliable as we would hope it to be. It's great for browsing, but not really great for streaming. You'll notice that your bit rate will decrease because Ecamm Live notices that if your internet speed is, let's say, losing its quality or it's choppy, Ecamm Live is going to degrade the quality of your live stream in order to keep that live stream alive. And so you'll notice that sometimes on YouTube Live or anything like that, or Facebook or whatever, it'll get pixelated. So you always want to make sure you're using an Ethernet connection as you're live streaming, and you can keep this window open as an idea and a marker to say, all right, is there something wrong with the bandwidth? Is somebody else using the bandwidth, or is my computer using the bandwidth? What's going on? What's causing a problem here? So this is just kind of more for the troubleshooting side of things. All right, so that's pretty much it for the Windows menu item here. Now let's move on to the next one.